What's up guys, T-Franks755 here, and today I'm doing a kind of squad builder hybrid kind of thing, and today we'll be featuring Billboy2404. If you want to say hello. I'm not sure if you can hear him that well, but I certainly can. I know that. And you should be closer to him, Mike, because I'm on FaceTime with him. Anyway, yeah, so moving on to the team now. Starting off in goal with Bernd Leno. Really good, cheap player. I really do gotta get him. If you want a cheap goalie, get him because he is a beast. He's a boss in goal, trust me. Yeah, well, he's just great, trust me. Go get him, and I'm speechless. He is really good. Anyway, moving on to the next centre back is Haldez. Quite worth his money. 1.6k is a bit much. Benedict Haldez, didn't realise that was the name. Anyway, yeah, he's a good player. Maybe not worth 1.6k, but worth 1k at least. You know, but he wins the ball well. He's strong, good player. That's all I really have to say about him. And then there's Naldo. He's worth his money. Really is. He's a great player. 2.5k is quite cheap for such a player. He just gets the ball, runs it straight up, and let me tell you guys, this team is sick in game. Really is. Great team in game. You should see it. Anyway, yeah, so he's pretty much worth his money. If you can get him, then get him if you have the coins. Or if you want a cheaper one, then get someone else like him, Jerome Boateng. 1.2k. That was actually quite a cheap pickup, especially from because he is really worth a bit more than that. He's worth about around 2k, but he's a great player. Just wins the ball and pelts it up the wing. You know, and he really is a good player. Moving on anyway to Gundogan, 4k. I think that's a bit much for him, but he's a good player. He's got the pace, he's got the strength, he's got a bit of everything. But yeah, he's a great player. Anyway, and yeah, I recommend him to you really because he's a good player. He scores some cracking goals. And I'm on the web app at the moment. I have got a Roxio game cap, but haven't set it up properly really yet. It won't really do my videos for me, you know, and that stuff. But yeah, anyway, moving on, we got Lars Bender. He for 700 coins, he is very cheap and reliable, you know, worth the money, and like he scored her. Yeah, for 700 coins, it's a bargain. Such a good player. He scores from long range as well. He's like the second Gundogan, just with a bit less pace, but yeah, he really pays off. And anyway, moving on, and we got Jefferson Farfan worth 2k. He's kind of good. He's not really worth 1.9k, but you know, I couldn't think of any other right mids. They're about 2k. And anyway, he's a great player. Well, he's not exactly great, but he's quite a good player to use, you know, just with his pace, you know, but he's a good player, and you know, he pays off sometimes, but sometimes he really don't, you know, so it depends. But I wouldn't really recommend him because he's not the greatest of players, and you could maybe pick up a better player for 1.9k. But anyway, moving on to Andre Schürrle, 900 coins. That is really cheap, and he's such a great player. His skill moves, his shot, his pace, everything about him is just perfect. And he even gets back well, you know. Sometimes he volleys it really well as well, you know, and they're like the things I like to do, like volley skills. But yeah, this team is amazing for that, and it's got everything part of that. Anyway, moving on to the CAM, coming to the end of the squad, we got Mario Götze worth 7.6k. If you could You could probably pick him up for cheaper now, but this was like just after the Champions League final, really. Quite, well, yeah, pretty long ago when I made this squad anyway. And I reckon he's kind of worth that much. You might be able to pick him up for 5k, and that would be really good because he's worth that money. And he scores, his finishing, his just shot power, everything about him. His pace, his dribbling is amazing. You know, his pace ain't the best, but his dribbling is really good. And anyway, yeah, he's a great player. And if you can, pick him up for quite cheap. Anyway, moving on, Pazzini, 700 coins, bargain. Can't go wrong with this guy. You know, I've had him for 2 games near enough, and he scored about 4 goals. You know, really good player. And I'm really glad with how well he's played, how well he's done pretty much, and yeah, really good player all around. You know, his finishing's perfect, his shot power is brilliant, he can score all day long. For 700 coins, it's a bargain, really recommend him for 700 coins. Anyway, moving on, it's Mario Balotelli. You know, some people would say the star of the squad, but, you know, in game, kind of good. You know, he's got the shot, he's got the strength, he's got kind of the pace and kind of the dribbling, but yeah, he's a great player. Got a bit of cold, so bear with me. And anyway, yeah, really good player, and yeah, I'll just say he's really good. And yeah, now we're moving on to the bench. These are just random players put together. Milan, quite a good player. Courtois, quite a good player, because I've got a Belgium squad as well. I'll do a video of that later. Axel Witsel, good player. You know, I've got this guy in a pack, pretty good and worth. You know, you can pick him up for cheap, and he's quite a good player actually. He's finishing and that. Moussa Dembele's next, really worth 1k. That is very cheap for such a great player. Andreas Fund, he was mainly in the squad at first. He is a great player, great. He scores so many goals all the time. You know, I might actually swap him and Balotelli out. You know, him and Balotelli swapping, because this he's a monster. But because he's got such pace, I just bring him on at the end and he completely ruins the teams. You know, then we've got McGeady, quite a cheap player. I'm building quite a bit of a hybrid at the moment. You know, but yeah, that's McGeady, pretty good player, 5-star skills, can't really go wrong with a player for 991 pace. You know, 900 coins I meant, and 91 pace is really good. And then I think, yeah, that's then. And now I've got like Casemiro, just in case like my thing glitches out like it did in FIFA 12 and I couldn't play Ultimate Team for quite a couple of days because I didn't have anyone in my reserves. But anyway, yeah, this has been it, my hybrid, 96 chem, 81 rating. Really should be better than that. I mean, like, great player. And anyway, goodbye guys. Yeah, bye. Anyway, bye. Please subscribe and like, and hope you enjoyed.